So hello there, I'm Paul, and last night I watched the pre-release of Wasteman at my local cinema. It's the new British prison movie starring David Johnson and Tom Blythe. It's a low-budget, independently produced film. It's written by Hunter Andrews and Owen Duran, who were both nominated for a BAFTA alongside director Cal Mackay so it's an outstanding debut by a British writer, director or producer. And also the British Independent Film Awards separately nominated them for Best Debut Director and Best Debut Screenwriter. So currently it's sitting at 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb. So suffice to say, I was looking forward to watching this one. Here's my quick review. So in a nutshell, Taylor, played by David Johnson, he's spent years in prison, 13 to be precise, and he's close to earning early parole on good behaviour. So he's been missing his young son, who he doesn't know. Last time he saw his son was when he was a baby. So he just needs to keep his nose clean for a short while and he's going to get out. So we've seen Johnson in recent movies, including Alien Romulus, where he played the android named Andy, and he was the joint lead in Rye Lane, which is a fantastic British movie a couple of years ago. He's a unique talent in my opinion, and he's really, really good in Wasteman. So unfortunately, in the film, he's given a new cellmate, played by Tom Blythe. The character's name is D, and he's got different ideas. So he's a tough, confident, violent career criminal who's more than happy in prison, and he's looking to take over the prison's drug trade. And he drags a reluctant Taylor along with him. So Tom Blythe, the actor, he's grown-up child actor with credits going back to 2010. His biggest film to date probably being The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So I'd say Wasteman will be his proper breakout role. You know, he's really good in this, and it's going to be really high profile. So this is the movie that's going to make Tom Blythe, in my opinion. The film shows us a prison system where violence is commonplace. I mean, it's very commonplace. One of the first scenes we see is somebody being badly beaten, and a TV is used as a weapon. It's fairly graphic and brutal. So the gangs are often clashing over the supply of narcotics, and the movie asks us questions about toxic masculinity and especially power dynamics. When D is brought into the cell for the first time, he immediately looks to establish dominance over Taylor and also the prison guards as well. He struts about in his vest, he's showing off his muscles, and he's looking to intimidate and dominate. One of the first things he does when the prison guard leaves is he takes off all his clothes, struts in front of Taylor, nothing on at all, says, "Where are the showers in this block?" and puts on a towel, struts outside, introduces himself to the prison, basically saying, "Don't mess with me." One of the two big questions the film asks is, does the prison system generally rehabilitate, or does it simply push prisoners further into a life of crime after they're released? Is there any hope for them, or are they just forever going to be labelled as wastemen, hence the title of the movie? So it's an AKA for useless people in society. So it's a standard question any prison movie asks, and we've seen several different interpretations of this over the years in cinema. The other question the movie asks is, will Taylor decide whether to protect his new companion, his new cellmate, and risk his upcoming freedom, or will he choose self-preservation by doing what he needs to do to get out and see his boy? We see the two cellmates bond, as after all Taylor already uses drugs to numb himself and endure prison life, and D, after all, knows how to import them from the outside world. The same basic question has been asked before in prison movies, however it is worth pointing out that it manages to avoid cliches. It would have been really boring if David Johnson's Taylor was painted as a good guy who did one bad thing and got sent down. Similarly, it would have been boring if Tom Blythe's D was painted as a good guy really beneath his hard man image, and that, underneath everything he's morally okay and he's really, doesn't deserve to be there. Both characters are very morally grey. They both thoroughly deserve to be in prison for what they did for their crimes, and also thankfully there's no underlying sort of questions about sexuality. The film's not about that. They're both straight guys and there's no tension there. This movie really is about the prison system and the simple question of loyalty over self-preservation, hooked around the world of toxic masculinity. So what I'll say again, the performances by David Johnson and Tom Blythe are fantastic, and also the score by Forrest Swords, aka Matthew Barnes, is really good. Really moves the movie along. Forrest Swords is an acclaimed composer, and he's produced scores for the Xbox game As Dusk Falls, and also a documentary called Ghosts of Sugarland. So he's well established, and he's been doing this a long time. So in summary, the film deserves its high IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes ratings, in my opinion. So the critical reviews are really good, and the audience reviews are also, coming in now, and they're looking very good. So even though it's a super violent movie, there's lots of drug taking, there's lots of extreme violence on screen, so be prepared for that. It's not a Valentine's movie, but nonetheless, in my opinion, it's an 8 out of 10 movie. So if you like that sort of thing, and if you want to support British independent cinema, go check this out. It's on general release pretty much from now. So there we go. If you enjoyed this short review, please like and subscribe. This is a brand new channel, and this is in fact my first ever post on the channel, my first ever post about movies. I've got more videos in the pipeline, so not just reviews, but deep dives into movies, deep dives into characters in movies, maybe the occasional top 10. I just love movies, and I really enjoy talking about them, so I'd welcome any comments you have, and once again, like and subscribe. Please support the channel, plenty more to come. Until then, have a great day.